Good morning. Okay, so I just recorded me talking for about 10 minutes and then my camera shut off because I forgot to delete all my old videos and it filled up, and so now I have to go through this all again, but hopefully maybe I won't be as long-winded this time. Okay, a pretty eventful morning. As you can see, I got my headband in. It's the kind that doesn't pinch the sides of your head. I think it's a goodie. I'm not going to take it out or else I might mess some things up. Kind of an eventful morning this morning. To start out, Lexi was very fussy last night. Before bed, she was like crying, did not want mommy to hold her, only wanted daddy. I don't know if she associates me with food, and if I'm not feeding her, like she doesn't want me to hold her or something. I don't know. But that's the way she used to be when she was a newborn. She was real fussy then. But she's never fussy, really. I mean, she gets a little bit if she's hungry or tired, but I mean, she was like crying real tears last night. So I don't know what is up with her. She was straining a lot yesterday too, even though she had a BM around lunchtime, and then she ended up going again this morning, so I don't know. But she was also coughing in the middle of the night, like a dry cough, and not quite wheezy this morning, but just kind of sounding weird. So anyway, I got her a same-day appointment today in about an hour at 10:20. I myself had an itchy, scratchy throat again last night and had to take a cough drop, but I slept well, and she slept well, even though she woke up a couple times coughing, so she slept again from 8 to 8. But, you know, I am concerned about this cough. I don't know what's up with her. I hope it doesn't have anything to do with this oatmeal. That's another big part that I wanted to get her seen, because I just want to make sure she doesn't have some kind of like food allergy or intolerance or something going on. I don't know. What else? Oh, I've got my water here. This is my big cup from Tampa General Hospital's 28 ounces. And for breakfast this morning I had Scooby-Doo cereal. It's kind of like Cheerios type thing. It's like just plain, pretty plain. A cup of milk and a banana, you know, just bowl of cereal with banana in it. And I think it was about, I don't know, it was between 250 and 300 calories probably, because I had a whole banana. So I was dreaming about fashion last night. It's so funny. I have a one-track mind, and that track is whatever I decide it is for that day. I have kind of a bit of an obsessive personality. Like, I get my mind on something and that's all I'm thinking about. Not so much with this, but it is something that, you know, for some reason just sparked an interest in my mind, and so now I'm just kind of thinking about it a lot, and I'm observing a lot more than I used to. Now I'm looking at women and girls on TV or in the street or whatever, and I'm not comparing like in a bad way, like, oh my god, she looks so pretty and I look like shit, anything like that, but I'm like, oh, that's a nice blouse, okay, and it's like giving me ideas, which before I never would think of it that way. I would just maybe it might cross my mind that this woman looks nice, but I wouldn't like try to like look at the pieces or try to give myself ideas or whatever. Anyway, I had planned on wearing my new green sweater and a pair of jeans and a pair of sandals that aren't the nicest thing, but aren't my foam flip-flops that I wear every other day. And I was going to wear my real bra, my underwire nice bra that I just bought, and maybe even the scarf. I was really going to dress it up. Well, that didn't happen, obviously. I like couldn't get it all together. Well, because I'm not used to that. I wasn't prepared. I like to have things like set out the night before if I'm going to do something like that. Anyway, it didn't happen. And I was barely even able to find a sports bra to put underneath this t-shirt. Well, I kind of decided that instead of trying to go balls to the wall, which, if you guys don't know, that's actually a term that has to do with airplane jargon, with this, like, not the steering wheel, but the kind of throttle thing. That's what it has to do with. So it's not like a dirty term or anything, balls to the wall. Anyway, instead of going balls to the wall and just feeling like I have to go all or nothing, like many of you have suggested, and like I've even tried to tell myself before, baby steps. Baby steps are very hard for me. Very hard for me. I don't know why, but I know that it's better in the long run, but I'm just kind of an all or nothing thinker. I just want to like go all in if I'm going to try to do something. But in this case, I think that it's better to go baby steps. Just to reduce my stress and the feelings of maybe being overwhelmed and just wanting to give up. Because obviously this is something that I want to try to do. I want to try to look better. I want to try to take better care of myself. I want to take more pride in my appearance. So, what I've decided to try to do, and I'm not going to beat myself up about it if it doesn't happen perfectly, is I'm going to continue with the no ponytail 1 week challenge, and I'm going to try to take one additional step every day out of my comfort zone, my literal comfort zone, because I'm comfortable right now physically in this t-shirt and yoga pants. I'm comfortable. I don't want to be uncomfortable, but I know that mentally it's going to make me feel better. And so I need to at least try it. So that's what I'm going to try to do. So, like, for instance, tomorrow everything might be the same except for my hair is down still, and maybe I'll wear my leather sandals instead of my foam sandals, or I'll wear jeans instead of yoga pants. And then the next day maybe I'll wear jeans and the leather sandals and have my hair down. So you see what I mean? Like continual build-up of some kind of improvement. This is not a vast improvement. I understand this. This does not look like, oh, she's really taking care of herself. But it's a step in the right direction. So that's what my plan is. Also, I'm pretty sure, I told you guys last night that I'm going to try to be in Wonderland by June 1st. So that being the case, I can't really have a lot of indulgences between now and then. I did weigh myself this morning, and the first time I stepped on it was like 205, and I was like, yes! And then, of course, my scale's a freaking dumbass, and I stepped on it again. It was 207, 207, 207. So that's what we're going with, 207. Better than 208, I know. So that means, obviously, 7 pounds plus to lose. In exactly how many days do we have? 1, 2, 16, 17. Almost 2.5 weeks. Okay, so that's what's going on. I'm gonna let the baby sleep, hopefully for 45 minutes, see if she's asleep yet. Okay, good. She's asleep. So let her sleep for 45 minutes. Not a great nap at all, but hey, it's something. She's getting a little rest. I'm not going to be nap Nazi. Get her up at 10, get out of here, get over to that appointment, and then after that, if I have time, which I may, between the time I get out of the appointment and having to pick Alana up at 11:30, I'm going to stop at the commissary and get WIC if I do have my benefits added to my card. And then obviously if I don't have time, I'll just have to go straight there to get Alana. And another thing I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to make it to the Airman's Attic every time they're open, if I have the opportunity, just to look. I mean, it's free for us still. The Airman's Attic is a benefit on base for E5s and below and their family. And it's like a thrift store, only everything's free. They're only open twice a week. And I think it's either Tuesday and Thursday or Tuesday and Friday, and I can never freaking remember because they just switched it. So anyway, I'm going to try to dip in there every time I can just to look for some pieces for my new wardrobe. Because free is better than not free. So what else planned today? Madison has a project for next week. She has to build a castle, and she's supposed to do it by herself, and of course she hasn't taken the initiative because she's 7 years old. And I have to do a cheese and cracker and pepperoni tray for our Girl Scout sleepover tomorrow. I'll probably just make that tomorrow. I really need to get back into meal planning because I've really kind of fallen off the bandwagon on that, and I have to do my reading for school. So that's just a microcosm of what needs done today. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, so you're not going to believe this. I am running late. Ha ha ha! I know, it's hard to believe. It's almost 10:15. The appointment's at 10:20. Yay! And this lady at the pediatrics, she gets pissed at me every time because I'm always freaking late. Oy vey. Okay, so anyway, something good that you might notice is that not only am I wearing lipstick, I'm also wearing perfume, an undershirt, a blouse, jeans, and my leather sandals. I know, it's incredible. To a doctor's appointment. Would you believe it? Yeah, I mean, since my mind has kind of been thinking about this, I was more self-conscious yesterday than I usually am. I mean, seriously, I usually don't think about what I'm wearing. I honestly, like, didn't even dawn on me. But yesterday, because I'd been thinking about this, it was like I was like super self-conscious because I was dressed pretty inappropriately. I mean, I had those foam flip-flops on that are falling apart. I haven't shaved my legs, and I had capri gray yoga pants on. I need a pedicure, so my feet were looking crazy. And I had on an old t-shirt that's probably about, I don't know, maybe 10 years old. It's got holes in it. And I was wearing that and my hair up on a ponytail with no makeup and a sports bra. I was wearing that to my daughter's doctor's appointment. You know, when I say it now, it's really like, wow. Like, I don't have to be that person. Like, I guess I felt like my whole life, like, I'm locked into this, like, this certain kind of person that I have to be. Like, I'm just that person that doesn't care about herself, and why put any effort, and who cares, and I'm just trash anyway, I guess. But it's like, I don't have to be. And I think another motivator for me is that my kids may not really care right now, and they may not know, and they may not be aware, but they are going to very soon. And I don't want to embarrass my kids. I know I'm going to embarrass them anyway, but, you know, not any more than I have to. And I don't want to pass that kind of stuff on to my 3 daughters, you know. I think that's a really big thing about reason why I'm doing it. And maybe a seed was planted on Mother's Day when my daughter was reading a little writing project they did for the moms. And on one part it said something about giving your mom something, and she said that she wanted to give me all the jewelry in the world or something. And then a couple questions later it said, what would you change about her? And my 7-year-old first grader put, I would want her to look nicer. And she said that she just meant, like, she just wanted me to look like a queen. She just wanted me to, like, give me all, like, the fancy dresses in the world. But obviously there is something there, you know. There is a little bit of, she understands and realizes that I don't look very nice very often, and she wants me to look nicer. So, like I said, I think the seed was planted in my mind at that point, and I was like, wow, you know, this is having an effect on her. She is starting to notice. So anyway, you know, I don't, just back to this real quick, like if you're like me, like, we don't have to be like that. I mean, even if we don't have a lot of money, we can still project the idea that we do care. We are trying. You know, even if we don't look like a supermodel or like completely put together, I mean, we can still look like we give a crap about ourselves and about what other people think of us. Even like we all like to say and pretend maybe that we don't care, you know, we do to a certain extent, and in our society that's kind of important. People do judge us on how we look, and you know, us taking that criticism is one thing, but I don't want my kids being judged because I want to be lazy, and that's really all it is. So, you know, if I'm taking my daughter to a doctor's appointment, like, I can look halfway decent, like I didn't just roll out of bed, because that's absolutely how I looked. So, anyway, I'm getting ready to pull into the clinic, and I gotta hurry up and get in there. And this lady, she's like, imagine like a 50-year-old, heavy-set, real short-haired, gray-haired nurse. It's like, ornery. You're supposed to be here 15 minutes prior to fill out your paperwork. Okay. We just left the doctor's office. She eased my mind and said that it wasn't about the oatmeal, and said that pretty much all I can do is just give saline drops and suck her nose out and give her a humidifier. That's pretty much all I can do. And I was hot as balls in there. Oh my God. It says 83 on my thermometer in my van. It's probably hotter than that. And on my phone it said that the humidity was 73, I think, and it's not raining yet. There's a chance of rain. Anyway, it feels like super sticky, humid, hot, and I am very uncomfortable. I felt more confident in my appearance, but I felt very physically uncomfortable with my hair down, and I don't know the outfit. That's one thing I'm wondering about, is from what I can pick up on, the things that I find most stylish but casual that I like are layered looks. And being that I am overweight and I live in Florida and it's springtime going on summertime, I don't know how I'm going to make that work necessarily. So I don't know. That's one thing I got to look at. Another thing, note to self, when I'm going to bring an apple, I really need to, alright, I'm going to go. When I bring an apple for a snack, I really need to cut it into slices because I don't like eating a whole apple like that. And I don't eat it as efficiently or effectively either. But once we got in the van, I did eat that, and then I called the WIC number to see if I have my benefits, which I do. So it's a little after 11 right now. I've got about 30 minutes. So I think right about the perfect time to dip into the commissary and get formula and milk and eggs and that kind of stuff. I just realized that because Alana just turned 5, and because I'm going to be 6 months postpartum at the end of this month, that we're not going to be getting any more WIC food items, only for the baby. So that's going to be a change in practice and in budget. But, you know, we were very, very lucky to have the benefits when we did have them. So I'm glad about that. What else? The baby's doing pretty good. She got a little fussy there at the doctor's office. She's still coughing a little bit. I had to wake her up early, like I told you, from her nap. This guy's going to get my parking spot. Maybe. Oh, you're going to park far away. Isn't that nice? I don't remember what I was saying. How you feeling, baby? You feeling okay? Well, that's what I'm talking about. That is a big soft taco-sized tortilla for 60 calories. Yeah! I am so pissed right now. Oh, and now there's a freaking line of people. Oh! I'm going to be late picking Alana up. It's the first time I've ever had to leave a grocery store without my groceries, because these people are such idiots. They don't know how to figure out their own system. Oh. Okay. Breathe. So now you get a little taste of my irritability. I'm sweating bullets right now. I'm so uncomfortable. I'm sorry. I am not feeling good right now. Whew. I'm feeling pretty upset and discouraged right now. I was feeling good. In the end, whose fault is this situation? Is it the cashier's fault? Is it the manager's fault? Is it nobody's fault? It's just technology's fault? It's Sarah's fault. I should have known better than to try to go in that commissary and try to get anything when I only had 30 minutes to get to Alana. Whew. So now I'm going to have to go back there. The baby's already been up for an hour and a half. It's going to be time for her to eat in 30 minutes or less. I told them I'd be back. I would like my stuff. So now I don't know what to do. This sucks. Okay, well, that was a little bit of a tough call whether to go back there or not, but I got Alana and decided to go back, and it was the register, their pin pad or their register or whatever, I don't know, but they took it to another register and they could actually just transfer it through the computer, so they didn't have to ring everything back up or anything, and it was seemingly painless. But again, my hair's blowing in my face, it's really hot, I'm very sweaty and uncomfortable, and I'm really asking myself whether this is worth it right now. I really don't know. I'm not going to throw in the towel, because I said I was going to try to change, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I'm doing this challenge, and it's challenging because I'm thinking to myself, I really just want my hair up. Now, I'm allowed to have my hair up, I'm just not allowed to have it in a ponytail. So I definitely will be having it up next time. If I'm in the house, it's one thing. You know, it's 70 degrees, 71. Out and about, running around 85 degrees with this high of humidity and whatever else is going on with my hormones, it's not cool. And just very uncomfortable. I'm not used to being this hot. Okay, so it's 10 to 1. I finally got the baby to drink 6 ounces. It took me 25 minutes to get this kid to drink 3/4 of a bottle. Crazy. 2/3 of a bottle. But this is what I'm having for lunch. I'm starving. It's another healthy choice meal. And I'm going to add the broccoli. I prefer just regular broccoli, but this has butter sauce. Okay, honey, in a minute. So this is 100 calories for the whole box. And this is 220, so 320 for my lunch. I'm going to cook it, and then I'm going to add it to this plate. And then I'm going to eat it. I want to show us your cute outfit today. And don't look at the messy house. Come over here. You got one sock on. This is our 80s inspired outfit. So pretty. Show us your barrette. Your barrette and your hair. Ooh, look at that beautiful sparkly barrette that Pop sent you for your birthday. And what else you got? A little pear charm that goes on your little charm necklace. You got a heart and a key on there right now. And then what's that in your other hand? A rhinestone bunny pin. Where are you going to put that pin?
I just got it out of...
I said, where are you going to put it?
In here.
Oh.
In here.
Okay. Say bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys, so here you go. Big vegged up lunch for 320 calories. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? And that's a lot of food. Like, that's my whole hand. It's a lot.
Mama.
I gotta eat. I'm hungry. It's a little after 2. I got my blouse back on, as you can see. I put my pants back on and I put my blouse back on. Because it's comfortable in my house and not freaking 85 degrees like it is outside. Anyway, got my snack here. That is half of a bagel thin for 50 calories plus half of a serving of 1/3 less fat, cream cheese for 35 calories, so total of 85 calories for an afternoon snack. You know, it's hard to kind of do these kinds of snacks because I'm like, man, I could have like a whole pear for that many calories, or I could have like a big plate of broccoli for that many calories. But sometimes you just need to have a bagel with cream cheese, you know what I mean? You guys will never guess what I just did. I just spent about 15 minutes pressing my new blouse and shorts that I got from Target the other day. And I have not ironed anything in years. So, kind of a different experience. I got the chopstick hair going on. Yeah, so it looks a lot nicer now that it's pressed. Hopefully it'll look nice on me soon. Brian got up a little after 2. It is 3:20 right now. And he had to go run some errands, and he took Madison and Alana with him. And the baby just woke up from her long nap, thankfully, because she needed the rest. So I'm going to go get her, and then I got to get the vlog up from whatever day I am on now.
Yes.
Family's still eating dinner. I just finished mine. I had a... Show us the garlic toast. I had a piece of cheesy garlic toast for 100 and something calories. And then I made dinner that I haven't made before. But it was adapted from the taco skillet recipe that I can put in the description if y'all are interested. And that's a little bit that Brian's getting. I know it doesn't look all that super appetizing, but it's actually really good. And this is unstuffed peppers, or stuffed peppers deconstructed, however you want to say. And Brian's eating his with sour cream because he's a total weirdo. Okay, so anyway, this recipe here has 1 pound of lean ground beef, 2 bell peppers, 1 medium yellow onion, all put in the food processor. It wasn't like pureed, but it was very finely, like, not quite minced, but very finely chopped. 1 can of stewed tomatoes undrained with the juice, and 16 ounces of tomato sauce, half a cup of water, 1.5 cups of uncooked minute rice, and 6 ounces of mozzarella cheese on the top. Pretty much what you do is you brown the meat, add you put the meat in, you add the onion and the bell pepper. Oh, also there was, I don't have it anymore, but it's the Good Seasons Italian dressing mix. What's this here? 1 whole packet of this I used to season the meat and the vegetables, and some kosher salt. Browned that up, softened the vegetables all up, cooked quite a bit of the liquid out of the vegetables, and then I added the sauce and the tomatoes and then the water and the rice, and you want to mix the rice in really good, and then I use a spatula to kind of flatten it on the top just to make sure that liquid is touching every piece of rice. And then you put it down on a simmer and you cover it and you leave it there for 5 minutes until the liquid's absorbed, and then you take it off the heat, you add your cheese, you put the lid back on until the cheese is melted, and dinner's ready. It's a really easy, yummy meal. I think for about 1/10 of this meal, I did a lot of math and stuff to figure out what was what, but and if you're interested in learning how to do that, learning how to enter a meal into my plate, a whole entire meal, and then how to figure out what your portion is, then I can do a separate video on that. But anyway, I think I had about 1/10 of this big whole pan, a pretty good portion, 217 grams, and I think it was 230-ish calories. So pretty good dinner, and then I've already tracked my dessert, so I'm right on my calories again, and that's all I get to eat for the rest of the day. So I'm gonna have some iced tea right now and then some more water. I really need to bump up the water because I haven't really been drinking as much as I need to. So. Good evening, guys. Guess what time it is? Reflection time. I got my little sexy-ish jammies on. I don't know if you can see. Hopefully you can't see too much boobage. And I just did my gelish nail polish. Or, well, it's not nail polish, but I had my ice cream cone after dinner, and then put Lexi to bed. Then Brian had to leave. He only has to work 2 hours tonight, and then he's got a whole lot of days off because he's on leave and the holiday and stuff like that. So we're going to be switching back and forth, his day off, my day off, and so it'll be really cool. First, a reflection of the day. I'm on my calories, 1,200. I took a shower. I moisturized my whole body, which I never do. I did my alpha hydroxy moisturizer and my eye cream, and the lotion. I did the foot lotion and put the socks on to like really lock in that moisture. I just like really pampered myself. I didn't wash my hair because I don't like to wash my hair more than like 3 times a week at the very most. 2 times a week is probably ideal. So anyway, I put a shower cap on there. I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I'm just treating myself nice. And it feels good. And I had a good day. And I'm still spotting, and it sucks because I'm supposed to actually start my period on Sunday. So it's like, okay, I've already been like doing this for like a week now. So it sucks. Anyway, more reflections on the day. Yeah, I got really irritated at the commissary, and I actually let you guys see me pretty pissed off today. So now you know what that looks like. And but I'm glad it all worked out. I made a homemade good dinner that Alana didn't eat, of course, because she never eats any dinner at all. Overall, good day. And tomorrow's Madison's sleepover. So, and it's Brian's day off. Off. So I'm going to be busy with the kiddos all day. And so that's the end of the reflection. So now, oh, and Madison rode her bike to and from school today because no more broken arm. Anyway, the word of the day today is discomfort. I put myself in a little bit of discomfort today, and in some ways it felt good, and in some ways it was very uncomfortable, and I kept asking myself, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I doing this to myself? Why am I doing this to myself? Especially when I was like hot and sweaty and uncomfortable running around, and my hair was down. Yeah, that was like kind of the boiling point. It was like, I don't like this. And, you know, then I felt better about the whole situation. Obviously to the point to where, like I said, I went and took a shower and scrubbed my feet, you know, scrubbed the calluses off and shaved and, you know, pamper myself a little bit because I felt like I had the time. I mean, yes, I definitely could have been using that time to do other things. And that's kind of the struggle for me right now. Do I want to give up doing these other things that I'm used to doing, like watching YouTube videos or reading a book or watching a certain TV show or just looking at crap on the internet? Do I want to give up that kind of free time to put effort into this whole appearance thing? I'm not quite sure yet. Not quite sure, but I'm trying to give it the good old college try. And it is making me feel better about myself. So I'm going to stick with it for a little while, and I know change is difficult, and you know, getting into a new routine is hard, especially when you're very busy. So a thought occurred to me last night when I was trying to go to sleep. I kept thinking about stuff I wanted to talk to you guys about, and so I had a little bit of trouble going to sleep last night. But one of the things I was thinking was, am I overwhelmed because everything seems like a chore, or does everything seem like a chore because I'm overwhelmed? And you can switch out overwhelmed for busy. But, you know, sometimes just everything just seems like a freaking job, you know? It's like, oh, gotta take a shower? Ugh. Oh, I gotta get dressed? Ugh. You know, that's why when you're depressed, a person is depressed, hygiene, grooming, appearance, that's like one of the first things to go. Not necessarily one of the first things to go, but that's like a big sign that somebody you know is depressed when they've kind of let themselves go. Because everything else seems so that you just don't want to put the effort in to do one more thing. And so yeah, that's just some things that are knocking around in my head. The quote of the day is from Chris Powell, who's a famous personal trainer. He did Extreme Makeover Weight Loss Edition, but they actually renamed the show. And as far as I know, it's the same exact show. It's just got a different name. And it is Extreme Weight Loss now. And I don't know what network it's on, and I think it's coming back. Don't think it's new episodes right now. Anyway, you might have seen it, might not, whatever. Really nice guy, cool show, whatever. His quote that he tells his people is, "Get comfortable being uncomfortable." Yeah, what do you think of that? I think it's true, because any positive change is going to be change, and any change is going to be uncomfortable. So if you want to change in the positive direction, obviously that's going to mean some discomfort for you. Especially when it comes to working out, sweating, being in pain, when you're not used to that. And that can also go for not eating what you want to, not giving in to your temptations, not sitting around in t-shirts and sweatpants or yoga pants or stretchy leggings, or just putting your hair up in a ponytail because that's what you're used to. You know, that's all very comfortable. But if if you want those other benefits that I've been talking about the last couple days that comes with caring about your appearance and not just comfort, because just because you care about your appearance doesn't mean that you have to necessarily be physically uncomfortable 24/7. Are you going to be a little bit less physically comfortable wearing some appropriate clothing than you are in the most comfortable clothes that they make? Yes, you're probably going to be a little bit more uncomfortable. But if you find the right clothes that fit you the right way, it's not going to be, shouldn't be that big of a difference. Okay, so, yeah. Other than all this stuff that I've been talking about the pros and the cons of this whole thing that I'm on now, one big kind of thing that's holding me back is budget. Yay, I can want to build my wardrobe right now. Well, there's a problem with that. For one, I'm trying to lose a lot of weight. So do I really want a whole full closet full of size 18 dresses and size 18 pants and 1X shirts? No, not really. But I want to look nice now. So, and I don't have a lot of money at all. And even if you only pay $10 or $15 for a shirt, or you only pay $15 or maybe $20 for a pair of pants, that's still like what, 4 or 5 items in a month, and you're already going to be spending $100 like that. So that's kind of something I'm struggling with, both of those things. And so what I'm thinking about doing with that is taking a little bit of money from what we would be using normally eating out, or maybe even the extra groceries that I shouldn't be eating, and setting that aside for me. And I'm not like a big proponent of debt, and we have quite a bit of debt, but at the same time, and I've told Brian this too, like, you have to live life while you're living it. You know, yeah, it's totally awesome to be totally debt-free and to just save for everything that you want and everything, but this is real life, and I am in a certain situation, and, you know, I am living now, and I want to feel good about myself now, and I do want to have some clothes now. I'm not going to go on a $5,000 shopping spree, but you know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to kind of do what you got to do within reason. So, you know, if I feel like it's that important to me that I want to set aside $100 a month, and, you know, even if we don't necessarily have it at this point in time, that's kind of something I'm interested in doing. And, you know, I am making money going to school right now, so I can feel a little bit better about it. And I'm not going to ask for anything on my birthday and stuff like that. So that's how I'm reconciling the budgeting issue. How I'm dealing with the other size issue is, I would say, oh, well, I'll just draw from what I already have. Well, I really don't have pretty much anything. I have like maybe 3 pairs of jeans that are halfway decent. I mean, they're the only jeans I have, period. But, I mean, they're halfway decent. And 1 pair of, like, I don't even know what you call them, just pants or, like, trousers or whatever, but they're actually too big. They're, like, size 20 or something, and so they're too baggy to actually wear. I could look into getting those tailored, and that's another thing I'm going to look into, is how much tailoring costs. And then other than that, like I said, trying to go to the Airman's Attic, trying to just find a piece here or there. I'm not going to invest too much in each of these sizes. And what I was actually thinking about doing is spending a certain amount of money at a certain weight. So, or measurements, you know, whatever, but I'm probably going to do weight or size. I mean, but it's hard to kind of figure out your size. But like, say, I'm like, okay, well, I'm in a size 18 now, so I'll spend, you know, $100 in the size 18. Okay, now I'm in a size 16. Okay, I'll spend $100 in the size 16, because it'd probably be like a month anyway. And then, so every time I go down a size, I can spend another $100. Now that's only going to be, like I said, like max not max, but I mean, if you're really maxing it out and you're at garage sales or something, maybe you could get more than 4 or 5 pieces. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. It's just kind of what I'm thinking. You guys got any ideas? That's really all I got. So, I bid you good evening. Bye, guys.